That's how I'm going to start the video off today. Round of applause, round of applause, round of applause to Liverpool. Liverpool played well. They played well. I didn't expect them to play this well, to be honest. With the amount of injuries and everything, I didn't expect them to play this well. But maybe a lot of people are like, yeah, I expected this because fans are back in the stadium and everything, and there's a better atmosphere. There's not a whole doom and gloom, empty stadium anymore. It's, 2,000 fans, and it probably felt like 200,000 fans. You know what I'm saying? Because the Reds, they came out at home to continue their spectacular unbeaten run in the Premier League at Anfield to pick up an astounding 4-0 win over Wolverhampton Wanderers. Look. We all know Liverpool are a very, very good team. Reigning Premier League champs, won the Champions League within the last 3 seasons. But Wolves, they have put out respectable performances in the last 2 seasons, finishing 7th, did well in the Europa League. They beat the reigning champions Man City twice last season. And I expected better. They weren't doing too bad this season either. But with the horrible injury, head fracture of Raul Jimenez, the Mexican international, Wolves look light. They look really tame. Listen. I like to do this like, oh, but the Wolves weren't howling. They weren't howling because they did something great today. They're howling because they got their ass beaten. They got beaten. You know what I'm saying? They got beaten. But I like to do that. So let's go again. Ow! But look. Great game. Great game of football played by Liverpool. 4-0. I must say this. Liverpool didn't start the game very, very well. That's just my analysis of the game. But as the game went on and they continued scoring, they grew in confidence and they finished off the game spectacularly. I'm telling you, the confidence was just over the moon. They played like champions. They played like if everyone was fit and available to come on. It's like Van Dijk was in the stadium, but it was like he was on the field. His spirit was felt, so I must commend Liverpool for that. I must commend Klopp, Liverpool, and the youngsters as well who stepped up to the plate and did their damn thing, man. But Wolves, a disappointing performance by Nuno Espirito Santo and Wolverhampton Wanderers, man. But in this game, he had a 24th minute goal by Mo Salah. Let's talk about that goal briefly. Conor Cody, who is a lifelong Liverpool fan, England international, did play for Liverpool too. How are you going to make an error like that? How are you going to make an error like that, Mr. Conor Cody? You can't make an error like that, man. Come on, that was poor. That was definitely poor, man. That was a bad judgment by Conor Cody. Bad judgment. And it was a gift. It was an absolute gift. You see me dressed up like Santa Claus right now? This is an overall, by the way. This is a 1Z. I just came out the house. I actually forgot my key in the ignition. And my wife was like, why is your freaking lights on? I'm like, oh man, I was looking for the key, but it's in the ignition. So I came back out to do the video in the car. Like I did one in the car recently. I can't remember which Liverpool game. But Conor Cody, man, former Liverpool player. The gift that keeps on giving. I know you a Liverpool fan. And if you're a Liverpool fan, of course you want Liverpool to win. The gift that keeps on giving. I'm not saying he did it deliberately. It was just a very bad misjudgment. And Mo Salah, you got to give him credit at the right place, at the right time to just steal that and put it past Rui Patricio for Liverpool to go 1-0 up against the Portugal international team. That was a joke. There was about 7 Portuguese-speaking players on the field. I don't know how they didn't have chemistry today because they just look out of sorts today. Seriously, man. Seriously. They look out of sorts. But at 1-0, Conor Cody, the gift that keeps on giving himself, went down in the box. It was a set play. Mane tried to do a spectacular to clear the ball, but pulled out midway through the spectacular clearance, and Connor Cody went down. The referee pointed to the spot, but on VAR review, it was overturned. Liverpool fans, I'm talking to you right now. I'm talking to you right now. I thought you wanted VAR out of football. You see, VAR works, guys. It's just the way it's implemented. VAR works. That's why it's there, to stop errors like this. Okay? The referee pointed to the spot. If it wasn't VAR, it would have been a penalty, and Wolves most likely would have dispatched it, and it could have been a totally different game. Maybe they would have just played, 10 defenders, 10 at the back, and park the bus and pick up a point. But VAR came to your rescue today, and justice was served. It was never a penalty. It was never a penalty, and Liverpool went on to keep a clean sheet. It was 1-0 at halftime, and then the second goal was a 58-minute screamer by Georginio Wijnaldum. That was a great breakaway by Wijnaldum, though. I didn't pick up because, sometimes you're watching the game on these small tablet screens. You don't really pick up every single thing, like who actually passed the ball all the time. And you could see the difference on the TV. You see everything big. But for the when you're watching it on your phone or on a tablet, you could hardly see anything. That's just a reality. I just wanted to mention that. It was Jordan Henderson. That was a great ball. That was a great ball, man. And Genie, he led the counter attack, and Liverpool did well to score a second one. That was a spectacular goal. Wijnaldum, listen, round of applause to you, man. That was a spectacular goal. And maybe he'll sign the contract extension now. Maybe that would convince him to sign the contract extension. Liverpool have, been in talks with Genie Wijnaldum to sign a contract extension. And with goals like that, listen, Wijnaldum, you belong at Liverpool. I'm telling you, stay where you're at. You go to Barcelona, you will ruin yourself. Trust me. Trust me. We need stuff like this in the Premier League. We need players like this in the Premier League. And Genie Wijnaldum sign the thing. Sign the thing. You know what I mean? But yeah, that was a great goal, though. That was a great goal. Heung-min Son scored a great goal against Arsenal earlier, and this one definitely matched it in its brilliance because it was awesome. The third goal was scored by Joel Matip. What a ball by Salah. That was exquisite. That came from a corner routine, and then Salah ended up with it and just put it into the box nicely. Nobody picked it up, Joel Matip, and that was a thumping header by the former Cameroonian international. And you saw how he celebrated, man. Yeah, look. It meant a lot. It meant a lot to him. It meant a lot. Big and the fourth goal was an own goal in the 78th minute by I always say Ruben. I don't know why I say Ruben Semedo, every time I have to talk about Nelson Semedo, I say Ruben Semedo. But Nelson Semedo with the own goal, it was unavoidable. And if he didn't put it into the back of his own net, Sadio Mane would have just put it in. What a ball by Trent Alexander-Arnold, coming off the bench and showing Liverpool, showing the oppositions, showing the world what he's capable of doing, and showing his teammates what they've been missing. I know Nico Williams have filled in nicely, but Trent Alexander-Arnold, we all know he's a special talent, and that was an exquisite ball, man. The curve on that ball, you can't defend against that. But what I want to talk about is the build-up. Guys, I don't know how many. Listen, please, I haven't done the research yet, but the build-up to that, it was a whole lot of passes, man. It wasn't 25 passes, as I said in my reaction video. It wasn't 30. It had to be over. It had to be close to 100, man. The time that Liverpool held the ball for, Wolves didn't touch the ball until Semedo put it in the back of his own net. That was an exquisite build-up play to treat the fans who are watching their team play for the first time live since they lifted the highly coveted Premier League trophy, first time in 30 years. So that was a great display. As I said, Liverpool started slowly, and they grew with confidence, and they just got better and better and better as the game went by, and went on. And it's an emphatic victory, 4-0. 4-0. This is a really, really good victory. Wolves, look, they shouldn't be ashamed of themselves. They're playing the champions, but I expected a better performance, man. You know what I mean? And the thing is, I know Raul Jimenez is out. You have Fabio Silva, the youngster. Start him. Start him. When you have Podence and Neto and Simi, Podence and Neto isn't commanding in the air whatsoever. So that's a losing battle right there. All the area balls, Matip, Fabinho, they're going to win those. They're definitely going to win those. So that's a losing battle right there. You know, and you put yourself at a disadvantage right there. But it is what it is, man. Nuno did what, you know, he thought was best. He put out his best 11, but it still wasn't enough to best Liverpool, even with all the injuries. I know, look, I know I talk a lot of shit about Liverpool at times, and a lot of banter with Ryan when we do the live streams and all. But you got to give credit and you got to give props when props due. This is a very good team. This is a great team. Believe me. Because, look, if you have no Van Dijk, you have no Gomez, you sign Thiago, no Thiago, you have Alisson out. You know what I mean? You got Milner out. You got Ox out. Trent didn't start. You got Naby Keita struggling with injury. And so on and so forth. And you still putting out performances like this. I'm going to bring you the realness. I'm going to bring you the realness. I'm going to bring you the realness. I ain't going to be salty and, look, of course I wanted Wolves to win the game, you know, so that my team City could stay right there behind Liverpool. We're not far off, but still. But you got to give props when props due. You feel me? And Liverpool deserves all the plaudits here. They did well. And the fans were definitely treated. My review of the players, let me give a brief review of the players really quick. And then, you know, run through some stats and some things really fast before I say goodbye to you for this video. But look, Kelleher, great performance. Must commend the young man. Must commend the young man. Great performance by Wijnaldum Kelleher. Wijnaldum. A lot of people don't know how to say his name. I didn't know either. But the man's name is Wijnaldum. Man's like Wijnaldum. You know what I mean? Great performance versus Ajax as well. And now, first Premier League start, I think. Great performance. That save from the Podence. Oh, man, that was nice. That would have been 1-0 if it was Adrian. That would have been... Look, maybe any other goalkeeper could have been 1-0. Give the man the credit, man. He you know, he rose to the occasion and he did his thing. Nerves of steel. You would have thought this guy was Liverpool's #1 goalkeeper, but awesome stuff by Kelleher. Nico Williams picked up an early yellow card, played under pressure, was taken off a Trent. But I think Nico Williams have grown in confidence and he has definitely performed well over the last few games. He had his, you know, so-so games, but I think he has been better. Matip and Fabinho, centre-back partnership there. These guys were solid. I could remember when Fabinho went back there and stole the ball from Connor Cody. That would have been possibly been a comeback goal there for Wolves, but it was foiled by Fabinho. Remember, he's not even a centre-back. He plays there because he is very versatile. Very, very, very good performance by those pair. And Matip popping up with the goal as well is always a plus for a defender. Guys, I have nothing bad to say about this Liverpool team today. All praises. I have nothing bad to say. They did not put a foot wrong today. They didn't put a foot wrong. Robertson, exquisite again. Exquisite again. Exquisite again, man. This guy is damn good. I'm telling you. His attacking prowess is where he's most dangerous. Forget about that, he's a left back. This guy is so dangerous going forward. It's not even funny. It's not even funny. You know what I mean? And they handled Adama Traore well, even though Traore slipped through a couple of times. The end product wasn't there. Curtis Jones, the maturity he showed again, got a shot off at goal I could recall. He played well. He played well. He played like he belonged. Henderson, look, he's the glue. He's the glue. Everybody knows Liverpool are not the same outfit when Henderson does not play. Wijnaldum, always fly under the radar, but he popped up on the radar today with an exquisite goal. Goal of the game, man. Goal of the game and a contender for goal of the week. Because, him and Heung-min scored 2 wicked goals there. So shout outs to the Dutchman there. He's from Suriname, the Caribbean thing. Great goal, great goal. Great goal. Caribbean, South American, you know what I mean? The culture. Yeah, don't try to correct me with that. But look, Mo Salah, hard working again, played the entire 90, and he popped up with the goal and picked up an assist as well. Shout outs to Mo Salah, man. Great performance. Firmino, very, very busy. Commentators was giving him a lot of praises, even though he didn't pick up the goal. We all know Firmino works hard. I did criticize him for his lack of goals, but we could all come to the conclusion that he doesn't even need to score for Liverpool to win. You know what I mean? But guys, stick around. I got something for you out there. I want to talk really quickly about the title contenders. Because, look, Liverpool are second right now on 24 points, tied with Tottenham. But, guys, we could have a crazy title race this season. And Sadio Mane, busy, tormenting defenders like he usually do, had another solid game. For Wolves, though, let me run through Wolves real quick. I'm not impressed with Wolves. Neto had little sparks of his brilliance, but couldn't get past Liverpool's defense. When he ran down the left, he did that nicely, but couldn't cut in. Podence, look, Podence is not a striker. He is not a center forward. You know what I mean? He's very short, very diminutive, and he was just like a fish out of water there. Didn't get a lot to feed on. Adama, he did his thing, played a full 90, had a few moments of brilliance, but how many goals did they score in the end? 0. Neves, Moutinho, then Donker. I think then Donker had a poor game, in my opinion. Had a very, very poor game. Moutinho couldn't, pull the strings. Neves tried, wasn't good enough. And the defenders, Marçal, Cody, Willy and Semedo conceded 4. Rui Patricio, nothing he can do. Nothing he can do to stop those balls from going in. Off the bench, Wolves use Ait Nouri, Fabio Silva, and Vitinho. And to little to no effect. Why not send out Keanu Hoover to play against his old team? You know what I'm saying? Because whatever, man. It was a waste sending out a player like maybe Ait Nouri. He's there alone. Hoover is your player. He's playing against his old team. Send him out for a few minutes, man. That would have been nice for the young man. Naby Keita, back from injury, played for Liverpool. Diogo Jota, bought from Wolves, didn't score in the game, had a small cameo. Rare, right? Rare that Diogo Jota didn't score, right? And Trent Alexander-Arnold came off the bench to great effect. The other players on the bench were Tsimikas, Nat Phillips, Takumi Minamino. Seems like he's a forgotten man since Jota came in. And Adrian, who has dropped down the pecking order to number 3 goalkeeper. In terms of stats for this game, guys, I'm giving you a complete analysis of the game. It was pretty even with Liverpool, 11 shots at goal, 6 on target. Wolves, 9 at goal, 3 on target. They only had 39% of the ball. Liverpool with 61. Liverpool, 624 passes with a 90% pass accuracy. Wolves, with less of the ball, only could muster up 390 passes with an 84% pass accuracy. Both teams had 6 corners in terms of Wolves, and Liverpool had 4. So Wolves can't say they didn't have their chances, and they couldn't have done something better here. But Liverpool grew in confidence, and they just kept on scoring and played their opposition off the freaking field. Second, Wolves are 10th. And for Liverpool, their next game is against Fulham in the league. But during the week, they play Midtjylland. They will rotate. Against Midtjylland. They're through to the round of 16 already. But they have to win against Midtjylland. I don't think... Let me check the Champions League thing really quick. I don't think they have topped their group just yet. Yeah, they topped their group. Yeah. I should have known that. Liverpool have topped their Champions League group, so that's not a worry. That's not a worry. Wolves, well, you know who Wolves play. For Wolves, their next game, Wolverhampton Wanderers, who are not going to welcome fans at their stadium just as yet, will host Aston Villa. Then they play Chelsea. Two tough games, but they would fancy themselves against Villa though. But look. For Liverpool, this is what I want to get to right now, really quick. After the Fulham game, Liverpool will host Tottenham Hotspur, who are absolutely on fire right now. Tottenham ahead of Liverpool on the table after 11 games. Chelsea, 22 points after 11 games. Leicester, 21 points after 11 games. That was a good win for them against Sheffield today, though. There's United and there's City. Guys, we have a crazy title race on our hands here. The question I want to have for you guys before I go, all you Liverpool fans before I go, how confident are you that Liverpool are going to go back to back? How confident? It's a simple question. Maybe not, maybe it's not very simple to answer, but maybe for some of you guys, you're confident that your team could do it. But look, if Liverpool could get, look, if you could have 24 points second right now, with no Van Dijk, no Alisson, no Gomez, and no Thiago, it's a possibility. It is a possibility. But I must say this, it's going to be a hell of a race to the finish. Because trust me when I tell you, do not sleep on City. As bad as United are sometimes, don't sleep on them. There's Bruno Fernandes, there's Cavani. These guys have winning mentalities. Leicester, I'm not going to really throw them in there too much, but you never know. But Chelsea and Tottenham, they're on fire right about now. They're on fire. They are all on fire. But guys, I think I've covered a lot in this video, though. It's very long. It's 22 minutes. And I don't think I want to go on any longer. If I miss any major talking points, please let me know in the comment section. But Liverpool's unbeaten run at home continues. And for some insights, Liverpool have won 31 of their last 32 home games, drawing 1, scoring 93 goals while conceding 25 in this time. Awesome stuff. Wolves have lost 8 consecutive league meetings with Liverpool conceding 19 goals and just scoring twice in this run. Those are some great insights too. Since Liverpool's first match after Virgil van Dijk's injury against Everton, Ajax in October, the Reds have conceded just 6 goals in 11 games in all competitions, keeping 6 clean sheets in the process. Awesome stuff. I must give a round of applause to Liverpool. Awesome stuff. This is the video where I'm just praising Liverpool, But they played well and they deserve the plaudits. Guys, I'm your boy Dominic Rich. Subscribe if you're new. Make sure, let me know your thoughts down below. Consider becoming a member by hitting the join button. And, another good review, I think, right? Right? I know you guys were waiting. Here it is. Here. Yeah. Okay? So, guys, from my boy Dominic Rich. Until next time, peace out. Rich Squad. Did I say Dominic Rich? I meant Dominic Claus.